And welcome back to Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, having a discussion with Rosann O'Reilly Runte. She is the author of Canadians Who Innovate. Rosann, you were telling a story, one of the stories in the book, so please continue.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Michael Houghton and just how, nobody gets it handed to them on a silver platter.
Mm,
You have to really work for it. And a lot of these people had hardships that were extraordinary, and they overcame them because of their passion and their desire to do what they had to do to succeed. All of them had education, and I think education is a real essential part of it. Um, you can't invent something new if you don't know what existed in the past.
right.
And you're not going to figure out a new way of doing anything if you don't know how things work now in order to improve them. So there's the education part, there's the passion part. Um, there is actually a, a love of humanity that goes right through all of this. You could take Matthew Miller, who uh, is at McMaster University, and when the COVID virus struck, there were people that didn't want to get a jab in their arms, and he invented uh, an inhaler so that you could just inhale it. You
Right,
could pick
right.
it up off the shelf of the pharmacy. No pricks, no tears, no problems. It was, how do you save humanity? Um, Art McDonald, the Nobel laureate in physics, um, got together with a group of his friends from around the country and built a respirator. Now, this
Mm,
is really interesting. A group of people in physics doing an engineering project. They built a respirator with parts off the shelves of stores like Canadian Tire, and they put it all together so you could get it anywhere in the world. Didn't take any money for the copyright and the patent. They gave it to the world. And it's that kind of spirit that unites all of the people in the book. Um,
yeah, and but let me ask you this: Canada has been criticized frequently as a place to leave once you have a discovery or an innovation. Is that still the case, or are we holding our own now?
that is a really good question. On the one hand, we are indeed losing some of our best people, and we're losing the money that we could get from developing the patents that they have registered. On the other hand, they are bringing money to Canada. Stephanie Simmons, last month or so, signed a deal with the United States for $100 million of funding with Microsoft, and that money is staying in British Columbia.
Mm.
So when possible, researchers are doing this. Um, we don't have a lot of Fortune 500 companies that are ready to invest big money in patents and in development. We need to attract those companies to Canada. When you have the big corporate base, they can fund these things. So we have to think about how we can do that. And I've got a few innovative ideas on that in my strategic plan proposal. We could talk about another day. But yes, we need absolutely to bring the business to Canada so it gets invested.
So there's still some work to be done there for sure. And so, are you? Let's talk a little bit about the Canadian Foundation for Innovation and some of your work there. What do you think needs to be done to encourage more innovators?
Hmm. Well, that is a really good question, and I'm not sure really what you mean. Um, if you want innovation that's going to drive business, or just people to be innovative in general. But
Mm,
if it is to talk about business, um, I've been thinking. At Ryerson University, they had that DMZ zone, and it was, and other universities have copied that, and with great success across the
right.
country. Maker spaces, and we encourage young researchers to work with to set up businesses, startups, to work with small companies, and this is flourishing. And the statistics show that it's been a great success.
Right.
But where we need to go is in the larger companies. We need to bring in larger companies.
Yeah.
When you look at the United States, you see Boston, you see the Silicon Valley, and there's a secret to their success. And that secret is the people who are the brain power, because the companies come to the people. And I have a secret to share about how we could do that.
Okay, well, keep that secret on hold for just a
Ah,
few seconds because we're going to go to a break, but we'll hear back from you right after these messages.